Welcome here to University Oval. My name is Fraser Fife. Joining me, Mariana Rajcic, Crows player, Adelaide University player, here for a home game between Adelaide University and Fitzroy, as we are currently towards the tail end of the season, round 14, things coming into perspective as we go into finals. But first and foremost, I have to welcome MJ to the broadcast. Thank you for joining me.
No worries, glad to be here.
So these two teams, Adelaide University and Fitzroy, Adelaide University currently sitting in 4th position. For them, they're just on the hunt for a final spot, but if they take this game, it gives them an opportunity to get a second chance in the finals, which would be crucial for them heading into this final series. You know, a team that last season took it all out. They were the champions. Now, obviously, the season hasn't gone as well as last year, but still an opportunity to make a big impact in finals.
Definitely. Compared to last year, obviously you had a quality side. You had 5 girls move on to AFLW teams. We've obviously still retained quite a few of the squad, but obviously new faces, a new team takes a little while to gel together. But like you're saying, finals second chance is a massive bonus if you can get the job done today.
Well, that's the thing. Anything can happen in finals. If you get a bit of momentum towards the end of the season, anything can happen. And for Fitzroy, of course, they're currently sitting 5th on the ladder, 5 and 8 over the course of their games. We'll go through the ladder at this point. Morphettville Park, they're at the top. They have just absolutely run away with top spot. They're sitting at 10 and 2 on the year, 10, 2 and 1. Then you have Salisbury, 8 and 5. They're in 2nd position. Christie's Beach behind them in 3rd, 8 and 6. Adelaide University only behind them with a game in hand, 8 and 5. And then Fitzroy and Port Adelaide, 5th and 6th respectively. So really the top 4 is pretty compact. Obviously, we said with Morphettville Park, with what they've been able to do so far this season, been very, very solid. But that 2 to 4, there is not a whole lot of difference between those teams.
And that's what you want in a competition like this. Make it nice and tight. Obviously, it's a strong competition, which means week in, week out, you're coming against a good opposition, which means the footy's only going to get better and better and stronger.
Of course, the weather here today, it is still brisk, but not as bad as what we had last Friday when the fog came out to play. So luckily these conditions still pretty dry, although as I said, quite cold. So we've got some good conditions for football at the very least. Both these teams very strong fundamentally as well. So we should be in for some good football.
I agree. Hopefully the rain stays away. It looks all right for now. So
well, luckily we're undercover, but they are.
Yeah, for us it's great, but for them not so sure.
So other game that we have had this weekend, Salisbury and Christie's Beach. Salisbury took that one out 7-5-47 to Christie's Beach 2-2-14. Of course, we've got this game as you get a look at the skyline here at University Oval. Other game that is happening 45 minutes behind us is Morphettville Park and Port Adelaide, top versus bottom. So we've pretty much got the middle one here. We've got the middle pack, which I think is quite good. Port Adelaide still searching for their first victory on the year. Yep. Who knows? An upset could happen.
You never know. Carlton did win on the weekend, so in the AFL, so you never know what can happen in footy. But yeah, I think Morphies will be a bit too strong on that one.
In regards to the rosters, not a whole lot of changes for Fitzroy. A couple of changes for Adelaide University. Van Riel, Baxter comes back in. Sumbris, who was so good last season, he retains her spot as well. They've done a little bit of changes here and there, bringing some fringe players back in, just getting that rotation. But I think both these teams have pretty much found the squad that they want to stick with. Yeah,
correct. Looking out at especially at the Adelaide Uni squad, you can see like the names you've just mentioned coming back into the squad. They only make the team stronger. They've obviously got the smarts, and a lot of these girls have sample experience as well. So they can't not bring a better game today.
Now, of course, if I say, who do you think is going to take this one, you might be a little bit biased.
Not biased at all. What are you talking about? But Adelaide Uni all day.
I think Fitzroy is going to be in for it today, but both these teams, anything can happen. Both of them put up some fantastic performances over the course of the season, and we are ready to go here to start the first quarter. Tap by Burns looked to be pretty good, rolling on to Adelaide University, just giving them a bit of an opportunity early just to get something out. Fenton tried to get that one, but snatched immediately out by Fitzroy. Just handballs going back and forth right now as both teams going to feel each other out here early on. Kick just going to fall a little bit short, but still in Adelaide Uni's possession. Out towards Gibson, who's got a little bit of run towards the 50. Again, ball's just going to drop a little bit short, but they maintain possession. Walker, who got a couple of goals last week, getting an opportunity, trying to pass it off to Gibson. Looks like the whistle just blown a little bit short, and Fitzroy going to get a free kick here early on. Currently with Elsgood. Big kick towards the pack and going to be nicely marked. See what Fitzroy is able to do here. First real opportunity with the ball in their hands and the clean possession. Kick's just going to go a little bit wide and outside. Van Riel with the handball. Back to Fenton. Ball's going to drop, and fortunately here, just trying to get on that ball a little bit too early. Whistle is blown. Adelaide Uni getting the free kick. Free kicks are crucial, especially at this ground. We saw plenty last week with Adelaide Uni, just some crucial free kicks giving them the opportunity to get further and closer. Is mark taken by Rihanna Pate.
Pete, actually.
Pete, there you go.
Right. I'll be like, repeat.
A bit of a repeat.
Here we go.
Gets the kick in nicely, intercepted. Fitzroy just with the opportunity here now to get something going. Big kick towards the middle of the ground. Bit of run, can't quite keep the feet on the floor. At least early on, not a whole lot of movement outside of that midfield, just going back and forth towards the left side of the field.
You can see Adelaide Uni trying to use their hands to get that run going, that run and carry, which is obviously they like to do that a lot, as you can just see there with Annie Burns entering the 50.
Yeah, Burns' kick just going to go over the hands of Von Bertouch. She's going to try and track it down. Nicely taken to ground was Rodado, just got it out in time. Nice mark to Jamie Tabb. Going to try the close side wing. It's not going to work out for him in this case as O'Dale take the mark, nicely intercepted.
Now can we find a target and actually make it stick this time?
Well, let's see. They're still outside the 50, trying to get another entry in. Can't quite get a clean mark. Walker tried to get on it. Kick's just going to ricochet off towards the ground. Going to be taken out over the line for the first throw-in. At least right now, I said, with both teams just feeling each other out, we'll just see what is going to be the point of emphasis as we go through this first quarter. Tap out to Fitzroy. They're going to go for a high searching kick and nicely taken again by Jamie Tabb.
Oh. I think she was about to play on. Yeah, she was.
Well, she slips over and plays on anyway. That shows commitment. Decides to kick towards the middle of the ground, and luckily enough for Adelaide University, just able to punch it out of the way and clear that one out. Adelaide Uni now got a little bit of run about them now. Matilda Zander, who did so well last week, going to be a crucial cog yet again for Adelaide University.
Maybe not the best decision there to a 2v1, but she was hitting bowl traps, so she's got great hands as well there.
Yeah, with the one-on-one contest that we've seen over the course of the season, there's always a team that is really just able to really create a difference in those one-on-one contests. So we'll have to see what sort of defensive structure that both these teams run right now. Adelaide University with it in their zone, trying to get something across the line as we're now about 4 minutes through the first quarter.
That's it. So I guess whichever team wins more of their one-on-ones will basically win the game.
Well, it's easier said than done.
Correct.
Adelaide Uni just trying to get this ball out, trying to get some clearance. Fitzroy playing some pretty suffocating defense right now, trying to stop it from going out over. Right now, Adelaide University, now they've got a little bit of space. Can they get a clean one? Fenton's going to try and handball it off to Zander. Gets it back. Handball off. They're not going to go for the kick just yet, but maybe Gibson can go for it. Kick off the right foot. It's just going to drift to the right. But Adelaide Uni do get on the board here early.
Pressure's been good from both teams. Fitzroy definitely man-to-man, one-on-one, making that tackle pressure, and it's making it hard for Uni to get that ball moving, freely.
Well, this is going to be the most interesting part of the game, I think. A lot of teams have struggled getting the ball out of the back from behinds, and they've kicked it right into opposition hands. So what can Fitzroy do here early on?
It's about having that courage of if they make this mark here and now actually play on and get that run, it's a lot easier to get out rather than letting teams set up.
Well, Fitzroy, they've had a couple of good connections right now. Has moved them up quite a bit up towards the middle of the ground. They've just got to make sure they're able to keep some solid hands on it. Martin with the handball. It's just going to be overcooked a little bit. O'Day with a beautiful tackle.
She is a tackle phenomenon.
Fenton getting involved early, a nice couple of possessions. Kick's going to fall a little bit short, but they're going to maintain it. Walker now searching for options. Going to kick it into space currently. Zander running after it, does have space, running into the 50. Kick off the right foot's going to take a bit of a bounce and just roll to the right of that post, and unfortunately just couldn't get a second point on the board, but a good run from Adelaide University to get themselves in scoring opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Xander, that's her forte. That kid can run for sure. So anytime there's space in front of her, she's encouraged to take it and run at it.
Well, still deep in Adelaide Uni territory. Still only a point on the board, but potential for them to maybe get a goal.
Repeat.
Maybe an opportunity. Nice
there
kick.
There it is.
And there
Lovely
you go.
Snap.
Rihanna Pete. Goal on the board. Adelaide Uni's first here in the first quarter, and a beautiful passage of play as we get another look on the replay. And just again,
great work from Jo Hill there, just to use her body, just smarts of holding up that ball before picking it up.
Yeah, and Hannah Martin trying to get hands on it, but just to get that clearance as well from what Fitzroy's defence has been so good, at least early on, and just able to get that clearance and off the opposite foot as well.
Oh, she is a lefty, so.
Well, off the opposite end of the foot.
Yeah, that's true.
Difficult angle to work with. O'Day going to tap it. Baxter here gets the handball off to Xander. Under pressure. Gets the handball off, and it's a nice tackle from Martin. We know Martin's got a bit of run as well. She's a good facilitator for Fitzroy. Kick for the first entry for Fitzroy in this game.
Those Martin sisters, you definitely have to watch out for them, that's for sure. They're great footballers, those two.
Just able to get the clearance out for the time being, but Fitzroy with the advantage right now in their territory. Tab trying to get hands on it.
Caught high potentially, no.
And whistle blown, so going to be a pretty important ball up here inside Fitzroy's 50. And see what they're able to do. Fenton tries to get it on to Bedell. Couldn't quite get her down early enough, able to get the ball out. Mesker. Xander gets it and clears it out nicely. Not a whole lot of players one-on-one there, so potential opportunity for Fitzroy to get some run, but nice tackle by Walker.
Well defended by Fitzroy there. They had space behind them. Can they win that ball back and go?
Burns tried to go around the back, couldn't quite do so successfully. Nicely smothered by Baxter, but Martin's now got a bit of run, trying to get a clean one. Couldn't quite do it as it went over the line.
If she got that cleanly, bounced up to her nicely, she was away, that's for sure.
I think really trying to stop her is all about making sure that, you know, she can't get that second chance. As here she is yet again, tried to get that one out, but it goes right back into Adelaide Uni's hands.
Yeah, Hannah compared to Rochelle, Hannah loves to have that run and carry and give her that bit of space. Great overhead. Whereas you look at Rochelle and she'll get stuck in and under around the ball for sure.
Well, Baxter with a bit of clearance, long kick out towards the middle of the ground. Running after it is Baltrop. It's going to go to Jo Hill. Kick is just going to go into space. Now again, one-on-one contest. Can Adelaide University take this one?
Yes, Esther.
Let's find out. Esther Bowles kicks it through for a second goal.
There we go, little one.
And Adelaide University got themselves off to a great start here early on. Again, with that one-on-one contest, the foot race, it's always probably the most exciting part of when you kick into space into that 50, and Adelaide University, some of the best at it. Get another look here. Nice little stiff arm and right through the goals.
Definitely having trained with a lot of these girls, you definitely know people, you know, how players tick and what makes it happen, and you know that there are certain players that if you hit that ball into a one-on-one area and give it in that space, they can actually get there and you know they'll make something happen of it.
Well, Adelaide Uni currently 13 points up. Fitzroy trying to get some points on the board here. Almost halfway through the first quarter. And here again, Tess Baxter does a great job in the midfield for Adelaide University. That kick, unfortunately, getting intercepted. So Fitzroy now with an opportunity here. Another entry into their forward 50. Can they get something going? That's going to be the question. Here's Martin. Kick off the right foot. It's not going to quite have the distance, but still plenty of danger here. Can Adelaide University weather the storm?
Well done, Charlotte Bond. Oh, just kept it in front.
Yet again. Nice little kick by Rochelle Martin. That one's going to be intercepted. Zumbris with a great interception there just to relieve the pressure for the time being. And now kick on to Baxter.
Here. Now can they spread them out? They're obviously going to try and use the other lane. Can Fitzroy set up and find a man-to-man?
Well, they've got some players set up out back, but right now, Adelaide University, as you can see, Walker getting some good run down the far side wing. Pretty much uncontested. Kick's just got to be accurate here.
Oh, good hand there, Jo. That was definitely going to be a Fitzroy mark, but she did well. Ooh.
Still plenty of danger taken up high.
Gibson.
Fortunately there for Redato, trying to just get that ball out and relieve that pressure, but...
Oh, she's got some blood there coming out of her nose. Blood rule.
Well, free kick to Adelaide University, but you have to come off for the time being and get that sorted out.
Actually, Redato and Gibson are actually friends off the field, so a bit of friendly fire there, that's for sure, from Redato.
Might be a drink after the game for that one. Looks like Fenton's coming on.
Potentially maybe a couple, I'm going to say. That's a bit of...
So Fenton and King come on, Gibson coming off. Just gives Fitzroy an opportunity here as we take this time to get set up. What can Adelaide Uni do? Can they get some more points on the board here?
Kebab is a great shot at goal, so I'm going to say it's through the middle.
Oh, kick off the right boot's got plenty of distance.
Ooh.
It's just going to drift to the right. So another point on the board for Adelaide University, but they are peppering the goals right now. Plenty of scoring opportunities early on. Fitzroy, they're under pressure pretty early.
Like you said, let's see how Fitzroy actually came out of the back here quite good last time, so see how they go this time around. But Uni, you can see they've set up their zone. They're obviously going into man-to-man when it comes in their zone.
Yeah, Fenton almost is actually going to be paid the mark on a close call, so almost lost it there. Goes for a short option. Kick is just going to be overcooked. Walker couldn't quite get it. Going to be taken out over the line.
Well, great tackle there by Chelsea. Fantastic. I don't know how that was not called holding the ball.
I think, unfortunately, Redato's shoulder pretty much took all of the preference. So Fenton's going to go down right out in front. Ball up here. Still plenty of danger here for Fitzroy. They need to weather the storm yet again. Nice kick by Baltrop. Just going to go to the right, though. Didn't quite have the compass going on that one. So Fitzroy still with an opportunity here at the back yet again.
Here we go now. Can they get this out?
Well, what can Bedell do? Goes for a long option. I think that's worked well last time for Fitzroy, and fortunately for them, it does clear it out for the time being, but Adelaide Uni now. Van Riel with the handball. No one quite with that possession yet. Currently McKay tried to get that one out, and the pressure's on. Fitzroy's going to come out the victor in this one. Kicks it clear towards the middle of the ground, but no one is around other than Adelaide University jumpers, so they've got plenty of time to pick it up and clear it out. Nice kick by Georgia Taylor. And almost a beautiful mark taken. And
paid.
Well, Redato's got some bad luck at the moment. Esther Bowles.
Great young kid coming through the train on with the Crows at the moment.
And another beautiful mark taken there by Kelly Baltrop. Still distance, potential.
Yep, here we go. She's gone. Nice run by Ebony.
And does take the mark, a beautiful mark by Ebony O'Day as they just get that little bit of extra ground, just makes it a little bit easier to kick it through the uprights.
Yeah, that was great vision by Kelly as well, just to see Ebbs. She had miles of space in front of her there. No one around.
Oh, they're going to go for another kick. It looks to be pretty good, and that will be a goal again for Adelaide University.
This is a great start for them. Obviously not so good for Fitzroy, but they're definitely still in it.
Yeah, or luckily for Adelaide University, you know, home ground advantage, and they are taking full advantage of it right now and just setting themselves up nicely. We get another look at just that nice passage of play, and O'Day pretty much selling out for that mark.
Yep.
Fitzroy with a little bit of shell shock here early. They're still in it, but they just need to get something going. They haven't really had a whole lot down their end of the ground. Adelaide University's been able to set themselves up very nicely defensively. McKay going for the big punch. Doesn't go very far. In fact, it goes to Martin, who's going to try and clear this one out towards the 50.
Yeah, Fitzroy haven't had that run and carry as you've seen previously, and that's down to Adelaide Uni pressure and I guess one-to-one as well. But they can definitely, obviously, like you're saying, if they can get it into their 50 and get something on the board, I think that might settle the nerves and actually feel like they're still in this game.
Yeah, well, they're a very good team. Last time we saw them, I believe they took on Christie's Beach and did an absolutely fantastic game. And now just at the moment they're struggling to find, as you said, that run and carry that they've shown so much of this season. Really, they've got some key players that really set up with that. But if you're able to neutralise those key players, then they really don't have too much more to work with. As we see, here is one of those key players in Martin. Sumbra's going to just shrug off the tackle. Baxter, nice kick, just going to go out into space, just over the hands. High tackle for sure as O'Day goes down.
She is one tough nut, Ebony, that's for sure. She will always get straight back up, no matter how hard the hit is.
Yeah, Sasha Dekivit. Just with that a little bit high. And now Baltrop with the handball. Tried to get it to Fenton, but now Rodado just going to be held up in time. A nice wrap up by Joe Hill. But that's a tackle, all right.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a clothesline, all right, but...
I think that would look more at home in a wrestling ring than anything else.
Yeah. Bit of WWE wrestling.
A kick from King, just going to go over Baltrop's hands, is rolling towards the line, and it will just go over for another behind for Adelaide University. But yeah, with O'Day taking that one, I mean, whew.
Yeah, that's a better angle. That's the one that you want to watch.
So another opportunity for Fitzroy to clear it. They go for the big kick. Bedell tried to get that one. Martin saying where was the mark being paid, and does actually get the mark paid eventually. Now they're going to try it on that far side wing, and so far the most successful they've been is kicking it out from behinds.
Yeah, that's true. They've taken every mark coming out from there. It's now just coming into this half forward area, that channel where Adelaide Uni just set up defensively very, very well, and turn it over, and then you can see they like to attack again nice and quick and get that ball moving back into their forward 50.
Well, here's Bowles with it out towards Sumbris, who under pressure able to get the handball out.
Smart knock on there.
Yeah, here's O'Day going for an option inside the 50. Kick's going to bounce between two of them. Who's going to be able to get this one 2-on-1? Can Adelaide University take advantage? Hill trying to get the ball out for some clearance. Kick by Von Bertouch is going to be high inside, and unfortunately Baltrop couldn't quite get it. Just trying to get over the line. The kick is going to go through for a goal. And Baltrop with another goal for Adelaide University. I suppose that's a good thing when you're a multi-sport athlete. You can improvise on the fly. And
that's correct. Kelly used to obviously, we played together at Adelaide United. She was a goalkeeper, so she was always great with her hands, but also good with her feet. So you can see that coming across as well.
Well, there you go. Early on, it's been all one-way traffic for Adelaide University. Fitzroy, they just need to get something going. They've put some pressure on, but just a day late and $1 short right now.
It's been definitely Adelaide Uni will be very, very happy with this first quarter.
Yep, now down to a minute 20. Nice tap by McKay.
Well read by Hannah, just unlucky with the bounce.
And Tess Baxter tries to get it out to O'Day under pressure. And it's just these quick handballs that have really worked well for Adelaide University right now, just keeping Fitzroy from getting too much behind the ball. And again, nice mark taken by Joe Hill.
It's always handy when you've got options around you, when you've got the ball, and that's what I feel like Adelaide Uni do very well. Someone's got the ball, but there's three others storming off that want it.
Yeah, Rodado almost getting taken down, able to clear that ball out in time. No call, no whistle from the umpire. So they're just going to try and clear this one out towards the middle of the field. But Adelaide University, yet again, they just keep getting numbers on it. McKay ends up getting it from Xander. Fenton gets it on the lucky bounce, taken to ground. Nice tackle by Chelsea Bedell.
Chelsea's also training on with Adelaide Crows, which is obviously another young future potential draftee.
Well, Baxter just trying to keep it off. Baxter and O'Day, the 1-2 punch out of the midfield so far for Adelaide University. Fitzroy just struggling to get anything going as there is the siren, the end of the first quarter. And right now, all one-way traffic. Adelaide University currently holding a 28-0 lead. As I'd say it goes on the highlight reel, but for all the wrong reasons.
I think it's one of those that you like to look at that, but then you also like, oh, a bit of cringeworthy.
It's like a car crash. It's something you can't really look away.
Not look. That's exactly right. You can't not watch it, but you definitely feel for Ebony. That's for sure.
Well, going to have to get a bit of an ice pack there. At the end of the first quarter, Adelaide University 4-4-28 to Fitzroy's 0-0-0. All donuts for them in the first quarter, but for both teams, still some positives to take out of it. Obviously, a lot more for Adelaide University than Fitzroy, but for Fitzroy, they've done very well in defence and able to get it out back. It's just getting that ball up forward that's been the issue.
I think it's just having that, like I said before, it's just across that half forward line. They kind of get it out of the back. They do quite well. They keep it. And then it's just, I think, finding a target and actually taking that mark to then enter the 50. They're struggling to... Or are they struggling, or Uni are just defensively too sound there? They've got that cover, they've got that one-on-one contest, and they seem to obviously be winning it back on that on their half-back line and then attacking.
It just seems like Adelaide Uni's got numbers everywhere. They just seem to, it's like they're clairvoyant. They know where the ball's going to be at all times. And Fitzroy, even if they're able to get a clearance out, it's mainly due to their midfielders just being able to create that separation through pace.
Correct.
And then there's not a whole lot of options for them up forward. They're forced to kick into space.
And you can see it even in the midfield. Like Baxter does it so well. Fantastic player. She just holds them off with one hand, picks it up with the other, and then once she gets her other hand free, she's given in that hands, and then Adelaide Uni get that carry away. So you can see from that midfield battle, I feel like Adelaide Uni are on top and they keep winning it, but then when they win it, they clear real quick.
Well, as I said, there are still some bright spots for Fitzroy. Of course, their midfield has been very, very good. We've seen plenty of play out of Hannah Martin and Rochelle Martin as well. Been very good 1-2 punch for them at the moment. But really, I mean, Redato, despite the 2 free kicks and the high shoulder, has been trying her heart out on defence and had plenty of interceptions, trying to stop a whole lot of the entries for Adelaide University. But there's still plenty of good players for Fitzroy. They just haven't quite put it together yet.
Definitely, and I think that's the thing that's going to happen once they kind of it clicks and it happens today. You know, this game it's all open again. But whether or not that click happens now in the second quarter or the longer it takes, I think the harder it will be for them. But you're right, they've got the quality, they've got the players to do it. It's whether or not they can actually get it happening.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of teams over the course of this National 1 Plumbing Division 1 season. You know, the first quarter they look like a completely different team. They look flat. You know, the connections just aren't there. They get that quarter time break or that half time break, and a switch is flicked, and they just go off to the races. And that's got to be something that Adelaide University's got to be careful of as well, because Fitzroy, they are 5th on the ladder, but when they're on, they are one of the best teams in the comp. Correct,
and then sometimes you can have the opposite effect. A team that's kicked 4-4 and are up 28-0, they might take their foot off the pedal and you can see it flip that other way as well, going, all right, they were in 4th gear, now they've dropped down to 2nd gear and let the other teams kind of get back in the game. And you see it happen week in, week out in men's footy, women's footy, any footy really.
And it's going to be interesting to see, now that we've got a quarter in the books, what adjustments are going to be made, whether there's going to be some matchup changes, players going from back to forward or forward to back. We saw a couple of teams that have those flex players that are really good up forward. They provide that strong target up forward, or they provide that really dominating back line. Do you see anyone in either of these teams that you think might be switching up as we go towards the middle of the game?
Well, I don't know. I would say maybe either Jamie Tabb might kind of come back, maybe if they can get her into the middle a bit, get the ball in her hands a little bit more. But I think Fitzroy might be able to try and maybe, rather than have deep forwards, maybe push up a little bit, have more numbers around that contest in that half forward line for them so they can secure it there. And then once it's there, like you said, a lot of teams find it hard to get out. So if they can do that and like I said, put a score on the board, it might help them.
Their kicking has been pretty accurate as well, so it's not like they're missing it just due to inaccurate kicking. It's just that, as I said, that connection hasn't been there, or the pressure from Adelaide University has just been right there, and it's just causing that kick to go over the hands, or just falling that little bit shorter. So we'll have to see what adjustments Fitzroy are able to make, as Adelaide Uni, I think they are ready to go. They want this game to continue as quickly as possible.
100%. And you look at, like you said, before the game started, the Adelaide Uni lineup, I think this is probably one of their strongest that they've had all year, and if they can retain these players of injury-free and have them now going into the finals, you're kind of setting yourself up. If they can claim this, have that second chance final, and then make their way in there, I think it will definitely be a strong contest for the GF spot.
Well, you think about how much depth that not just Adelaide University, but both these teams have. I mean, University, they've last week when we saw them play, they took out quite a few of their regulars and allowed those younger players to get a chance to have a go out on the ground, and that just means that when finals does roll around, it just gives you so many more options, and throughout future years as well, as players eventually move on to higher tiers. Just the amount of depth that they have is very, very impressive.
And that would be at a lot of clubs these days as well, just the amount of more girls that have come out to footy because of what's happening. It's been phenomenal and it's been amazing.
Oh, Martin's got on a nice run, try to get the kick off, and nicely marked again by Sumbris. As they're trying to search for options here, plenty of Fitzroy jumpers around. They're going to try and just kick it into space. Kick's going to go out over the line. So bit of an anticlimactic end to that nice interception. But again, with Hannah Martin, you cannot rest on your laurels when she's in the midfield. You've got to be on your toes because the amount of pace that she has, and when we saw that early on in the season, she was such a great runner of the ball, and has continued that throughout the season. So done a fantastic job. As the ball in the middle at the moment, Walker trying to get it, and whistle is going to be blown.
Kicking in danger.
A free kick will go to Tab. Let's see, maybe kicking to the other side of the ground might help Fitzroy out. As kick's going to go out into space. Bit of a foot race at the moment.
Could be the scoring side, maybe.
Nicely taken by Newman. Kicks it into space. It's rolling towards the goal line. It's not going to quite have the distance. Just allows Adelaide University to take it over the line for the first score. So Fitzroy on the board at the very least, and they're going to just get this ball out pretty quickly.
And you can see here, by taking that quick kick, GT's just bypassed Fitzroy, giving them time to set up.
And that's thing, Fitzroy, has committed a lot of numbers up forward trying to get that ball across. And Adelaide Uni, they're willing to concede that point and then try and get it back pretty quickly. Currently Tab trying to get some nice tackling on, and whistle is going to be blown. So still towards the middle of the ground, shading slightly to the left. But ruck contest been pretty even as well. Burns back in it, currently with Martin. And I think we haven't also seen, usually early on, we've seen a lot of stop-start football, and at least in this first quarter, a lot of free-flowing football. We'll have to see if there's any sort of changes, because it's been pretty even in the stoppages as well.
Yeah, agreed. I think in that first maybe 3 to 4 minutes, it was a bit scrappy. I think a bit of nerves, bit of start of the game. You can see there was a bit of congested footy happening, but now you can see it's a bit more free-flowing, and I mean it continued on from that. After that first 5 minutes, I think it just kind of opened up.
Bedell with the free kick, trying to get another entry in for Fitzroy. Another interception by Cassandra Tumbris. Has done a fantastic job defensively for Adelaide University, now just searching for options.
Yeah, and she's got that composure at the back there as well, just to take up that time, wait for the right option. You can see her looking for the switch. It's not on, so she just holds that board a little bit longer.
Yeah, not trying to force anything to happen, waiting for opportunities to come to her. As O'Day with a nice short connection. And right now, all the pressure's on Fitzroy at the moment, 27 points down. Really for them, they've got to try and get something going. Adelaide University, of course, still early on in this game, but they can afford to just take their time. There's a nice mark taken. Emily Hingston. Now going to try and send it back the other way, and it looks like it's almost going to be intercepted. A bit of a 50-50 race. Tab with end up being the tackler. Ball's going to be held up. The sun now coming out here in the second quarter as well, after a bit of an overcast start.
Great day for footy, that's for sure.
Great day indeed, and hopefully, of course, as we head towards the finals, and hopefully we'll be in for a good solid day of football with the weather hopefully improving. Martin's going to take a nice interception and decide to play on. Big kick towards the 50, potential opportunity here. Ball is just going to roll out, taking the unlucky bounce for Fitzroy.
feel like if Fitzroy can bypass Cassie at Sumbrus, they might be able to get a score. But she seems to be just mopping up those interceptions.
They're going to have to kick to the other side of the field.
I think so. They're just going to have to try and go the other way because she's, I think, got 3 or 4 interceptions now already. I can't even speak now.
O'Day with a tap, trying to get it out towards the teammates, and at the moment, again, Martin under pressure, got it out.
That looked like a bit of a throw. That's hey, she tried. I'd give her all credit for that, that's for sure.
Well, Adelaide Uni now in their back line. Have to see what they're able to do from here. Round a peak. And they're just willing to take their time. Decides to kick again on that far side wing. Interception taken. Nice mark again from Chelsea Bedell. Done a great job for them in just clearing up a lot of those balls.
She's the same, I guess, when you're looking at her in that halfback role there. I think she's intercepted the ball quite a number of times, maybe 5 or 6 by now.
And Martin going to try and clear this one out and just going to roll over the line yet again. So still in Fitzroy territory. To see if they can win a ruck contest and create that same separation that Adelaide University's been able to get pretty consistently throughout this game. Nice tap, maybe just going in the hands of Burns. Tab just going to take this one out over the line. Second opportunity for him here.
Oh, free kick.
Okay.
I don't know what that was for. Was
Not
that
sure.
in the back? No, I didn't see anything, but I'm not sure if I just wasn't watching maybe.
No, I was watching. I wasn't sure either. So anyway, Jamie Tabb gets a free kick here. An opportunity for them to get some more points on the board. Bit of a tough angle. Distance is going to be pretty good and just going to go to the left of that goal post. Gives Fitzroy their second point of the game. They just need a few more of them to make it competitive, but still getting some more consistent entries into their forward 50 than what they were in the first quarter.
Yep, definitely. Like we said before, I think this might be the scoring end, and now whether or not Fitzroy can lock them in here and keep Uni down this end, they might be able to put some more on the scoreboard.
Well, Fenton tried to go for the mark, couldn't quite do it as it was going to be a bit overcooked. Hill now gains possession, maybe losing the footing just a little bit. Nicely blocked by Rodado. Bedell gets the kick off under pressure. Going to be a bit of a high towering kick. Going to turn it into a foot race right now. Parkin running after it. O'Day just takes that one, says thank you very much. The pressure from Fitzroy right now, they're really trying.
Yep.
Martin just able to get away from that one.
She's got that low sense of gravity right there, that, you know, her height, look at her, she just ducks in and gets the kick away.
Yeah, back and forth it goes. And again, the option up forward is going to be interesting if they can get it.
Great smother, Tilly.
Newman almost got that kick off in time.
Oh, looking at her wrist, that doesn't look... Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, holding the hand a bit gingerly.
She's got some tape on there, so I'm not sure what she's done previously, but...
And selling out for the team. McKay with the tap. Going out towards Adelaide University yet again. Just trying to get the clearance out. Pete's kick looking pretty good. Fenton's going to clean it up. Baltrop's kick is just going to clear it out towards the midfield.
Ooh,
a bit of a push there. Free kick Fitzroy. Again, it's pretty much made it to midfield and then it enters back into the 50 again for Fitzroy. Oh, Tab with another opportunity. Distance going to be a little bit far out, so going to search for some shorter options.
Good kick in front of space.
And what can they do under pressure? Rankin couldn't get the kick off.
Ooh.
And here come the soccer skills coming out, just trying to clear this one out towards the line, trying to relieve that pressure.
Hey, sometimes you've got to do it, you know. The Crows last night, the boys, if they went in for that soccer in the goal square, I think the game would have changed, but they didn't.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I'm still, I was like, oh.
Just one of those seasons.
Yeah.
Martin's going to pick it up on the nice tap, just trying to get it out to a couple of teammates. Bedell
has been fantastic for Fitzroy today. She's been, for me, their best on ground.
Yeah, done a fantastic job in being that facilitator. Just the options up forward haven't quite been there. Fenton under pressure.
She's just been clean compared to some other players. Every time she's kind of won that ball, it's been clean, or if it's contested footy, she's won it and given the hands quickly early, or her kicks have been fantastic as well, hitting her targets. So she's definitely one to watch in the future and now.
Well, Fenton's got it. Elsgood took about 3 different attempts to try and get rid of that ball. Rodado being taken down to ground, trying to get it out. Same thing with Rochelle Martin.
Pressure has been great from both teams.
I say this quarter it's been a lot more back and forth, especially towards the midfield. But the clean ball skills as well, that's the thing. It hasn't been, due to unforced errors. It looks like that's Matilda Van Riel just going down right now.
Yeah, she does not look good at all. I think looks like she's in and out of consciousness or dizzy.
Von Bertouch coming off, Fenton coming off, Von Bertouch coming on. See, yeah, not looking too good there, and a precaution, just got to make sure that you're all right, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything health-wise.
Oh. I'm not sure if she got a knock or what happened there.
I thought initially it was something like a knee injury because she was holding on to it, but now you look now, it looks like she's a little bit disoriented.
Yeah. Yep. There she's lost.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like Pete will come on, and hopefully for Van Riel, she's all right. Yeah, it does not look good, I would say. With that might be her day done.
I think so. It does not look good at all. Hope Tilly's all right, and they can get her sorted out ASAP.
And again, you can tell it's pretty bad when you have to take him to the other side of the field as well.
Yeah. And you could even see, not sure that the umpire was there, and he looked a bit worried as well when he was talking to her and just making sure that she was with it.
All right, play will resume. McKay's tap. Again, O'Day just getting taken down to ground every single time. Here's Martin, gets through about 6 different players.
Just steamrolls through.
Again, Adelaide University, they've just got numbers everywhere where that ball's going to go. Ball being yelled out by all the Fitzroy players, and they'll get the paid free kick. And now with Phoebe Edwards. And that kick, and Baxter sliding in.
Yeah, she goes for the switch, make some space.
And now they can just clear it out, and they're just going to let that one go over. Adele Gibson not going to sell the body for that one.
Nah, she's already had one blood nose today, so she's like, that's enough.
Yeah, you can take it easy now.
It's all right. Yes, the ball's rocking. What was that?
It's always great when you see the players that don't usually get a chance, because the effort they put into it, they're like, this is my one chance.
Hey, she got the tap. I'm impressed. I know she was before the game. She's like, stop giving me shit, MJ, but I'll definitely have a word to her about that one.
Well, now you've got it on video. You can put it on the highlight reel.
That's it.
So now down to about 7.5 minutes here in the second quarter. Fitzroy, they're showing some more life here, but they just haven't quite been able to capitalise with points on the board. It's still a much improved quarter for them. Sumbris now picking it up. And with the fact that they can just try and clear this one out. Fitzroy's got some numbers though. They can get a clean possession out of here, maybe a good ruck stoppage.
I'm surprised he didn't call holding the ball for that one, but got away with it. So there's got another chance of getting a goal here, Fitzroy.
And McKay with the big tap to O'Day. All just fumbling around for Esther Bowles, trying to get the pick up, just going to roll it out. Smart move there under pressure. And now they can just afford to take their time right now. A couple of subs coming in for Adelaide University as well.
Oh.
Well, that one definitely worked in Adelaide University's favour.
I was going to say, that just popped up for him there, didn't it?
Oh, Martin's going to grab it. Going to be taken to ground though. Nice mark. Nice tackle by Emily Tromans. At least a lot more stoppages. McKay just out of that ruck. She loves to no finesse. It's all power.
No hesitation. Just knock that ball and as far and as hard as you can. That's for sure. Fitzroy, you're right though. They've been in their forward 50 now. We haven't really crossed that 3/4 way of the oval here. It's just kind of keeps coming out and in and out and in. But whether or not Fitzroy can kind of make it stick, that's going to be, they've got another 5 more minutes. So hopefully they can get one back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they've looked much improved over that first quarter, but I said with Adelaide University, they're in the driver's seat. They were able to capitalise in that first quarter. And now they can just, afford to play their game. All the pressure's on Fitzroy right now to just get some points on the board heading into half-time. Now down to about 5.5 minutes on the clock.
And I think at quarter time you were just saying how you felt like Adelaide Uni girls were just free and kind of all over. I think Fitzroy have really, this quarter, you can see that one-on-one, their tackle pressure. They haven't let Uni players just roam free. They've obviously been a lot tighter. And that contested footy, it is contested footy, whereas I feel like there was a lot of uncontested possessions there for Uni in that first quarter.
Yeah, a lot more back and forth here in this second quarter. And again, a lot more stoppages as well. Some nice ruck contests. McKay doing a nice job of blocking out Megan Rich.
Yeah, so you can even see just that. See, before for Uni, that would have been a kick to, potentially a free player, whereas now it's a one-on-one. They're a lot tighter. They're making it a lot harder for.
And we haven't seen too many entries for Adelaide University. Bedell tried to get that one, nicely taken down by Joe Hill, but free kick will go to Fitzroy.
Now can they link in? They're Fitzroy are very good here in linking in and getting up, making their way up the field. So can they make it stick?
And they haven't got too many players committed in their forward 50 either. They're willing just to go with a couple of shorter options and then run into that space. Martin couldn't quite get it.
Well done, Nadia. Sorry, I always use first names. I should start using their last names, right?
That's right. I'll use the last names. You can roll with the first names. Bowles gets it out. Currently with Adelaide University. Can they get the kick off? It's beautiful into space. Is it going to be accurate enough? It is.
Great goal, Nards. Well done. That was their first shot at goal, wasn't it, that quarter, I think?
For the quarter, yes.
Yeah.
It's taken all the way until about 4 minutes remaining. But they've got another goal on the board as they now sit 34-2. It just felt like if Fitzroy could stop Adelaide University from scoring, they could go in, even if they didn't get points on the board, go in with a much better mindset heading into the second half of this game. But Adelaide University, they're just keeping their foot on them at the moment.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like we said, for 16 minutes, they basically had the ball down there in most of the time and just couldn't convert.
Yeah, so 34-2 right now in favour of Adelaide University. Fitzroy, if they can get something across the board here in the last 3 and a bit minutes, you've got to think they'd give them a little bit of a confidence boost. Martin with a nice kick, nice connection for him. Tab maybe just running on a little bit, trying to get something going. Newman's just going to try and kick it up forward. Try to get it to Hannah Martin, just a little bit over her hands. And again, Adelaide University, just with those numbers, overrunning the ball just a little bit.
Oh, caught high. Yeah, those quick hands, they definitely, and that run and carry, you can see that's what Adelaide Uni love to do, and they do it well.
I think Fitzroy had to sell out a lot of their players towards the midfield just to try and keep it in their zone, and then with Adelaide, with their quick switching, it just allowed them that space to pretty much run in uncontested.
Yeah, correct.
2 minutes 20 left here in the second quarter. Currently Adelaide University holding a 32-point lead. And right now in the midfield, it has been back and forth, but Fitzroy's just been able to hold Adelaide Uni off, only the one score for them so far in this quarter, but they do hold a pretty sizable advantage. Again with these run-ons, Fenton under pressure, caught up the middle. Tough one. Martin's going to end up trying to kick this one towards a contest. Plenty of jumpers from either side around it. Zumbra's just going to clear this one out under pressure. No one really around. It's going to be a foot race, maybe in potential of Fitzroy taking this one out. But no, it's going to go in favour of Adelaide University. It was a 3-on-1 battle.
Yeah, she did very, very well.
Redato taken down nicely. Still Fitzroy. They just need something to go through. But Adelaide University have been so solid. Baxter under pressure.
Well, I think that umpire might have got in her way there.
Still maintaining possession at the moment. Looks like Xander maybe taking a little bit high as well. Slow to get up. Kick looks to be pretty good, but drifting to the right. It's just going to bounce over for a behind. So Fitzroy, they do get a point on the board, but looks like we have a player down for Fitzroy, which is Emily Hingston. Maybe just getting caught high, of course, on that. Pretty much getting taken down on the interception.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough one there. So hopefully she's all right, but is slow to get up.
Yeah, got crunched. Looks like the teams are coming together, having a bit of a team chat. 40 seconds to go. I'm not sure what she did there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe just getting the wind knocked out of her on that one.
They're looking at her knee. That's what I'm not too sure. I couldn't tell from the hit. Stretches out. She looks like she's in a fair bit of pain.
We'll have to see if we can get another look here and just see what potentially happened. Ooh, maybe just twisting that knee a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look good because she obviously was mid-air, so I don't know when she landed if... well, it's never a good thing. I definitely know how it feels to hurt my knees and definitely don't want to do that again, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not a pleasant experience at the best of times.
Is this...
Another angle here. We'll just try and see if we can see where the point of impact was. I think there's not really a definitive moment that you can really mark it down, but so when you're in that much pain, especially with knees, it's not good.
Yeah, no, my first ACL, definitely that pain was the most excruciating I've felt for about 60 seconds. I was biting my hand to try and not swear out loud, and then after about a minute, I was all right, got up, and I wanted to keep playing. And my coach was like, "No, mate, you got ice
you were
on
just,
that."
biting your hand a minute ago.
Yeah, nah. So he was like, "Nah." I had to do a bit of jogging on the sidelines, and he wanted me to do some change of direction and sprint. And so when I went to sprint again, my knee gave way, and I started hopping. So he's like, "Nah, you're done for today." So yeah, it's definitely not a nice thing, that's for sure.
Well, Hingston going down. We had Van Riel go down earlier as well for Adelaide University. So a couple of injuries on either side. Hopefully she'll be all right. We wish the best for both players.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's never a good look when the stretcher has to come out. Meanwhile, we have a minute left on the clock here. So Adelaide University will start out with the ball. And play will resume. And a short kick to Sumbris. Again with Fitzroy, they just need to get something going. They just haven't quite been able to find that final connection that they really need. You can tell after that stoppage, I think both teams are just going to sort of run the clock out on this one.
Yeah, I think so. Adelaide Uni have done well to just connect now. These pass to pass, keeping that possession footy, just 100% passes.
It's just going to be not making that mistake. They can just keep the ball out of Fitzroy's hands. They can get a bit of a clearance. Oof. Ball looks like that one might have gone out on the full, and it did. Fitzroy with about 15 seconds left. They're going to have to work pretty quickly if they want to get something across.
Can they take a mark here now?
Well, Rich with the big kick. It's going to be entered into the forward 50, but a beautiful mark taken, just intercept by Ebony O'Day.
She reads the game so well.
And there is the siren to end the second quarter. First half in the books for this game between Adelaide University and Fitzroy. Get another look at that mark there. Is that a couple of them throughout the season?
Yeah, she definitely is very, very strong at those overhead marks. I think that's tackling and I'd say overhead marking are her two major strengths.
Well, hey, that's what you need as a player.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
Very, very good things to have as part of your repertoire. Is get a look at some of the animals here at the park.
There's definitely quite a few cuties around, I can see.
And plenty of dogs around, as said at the end of the second quarter. Adelaide University holding a 31-point lead currently 5-4-34 to 0-3-3. But always good to see.
Frankie. Crowd favourite, that one.
Mascot.
Yeah, could be, yeah, that's it. Sophie Lee and Kingy's dog.
So as both teams go off.
Popular with all the Adelaide Uni girls, that's it. Everyone's got to come and say hello.
So with that, we are going to go to a break to hear from our sponsors. You are watching Adelaide University and Fitzroy. We'll be back after the break.
Hello and welcome to this JMSC Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning Information Series. In this series that's going to be running throughout the season, we're going to be covering injury prevention, load management, foundation strength, power, and basically strength and conditioning for female footballers. I hope you enjoy what we're about to show you and you take something from it that you can then implement with yourself or your teams. Enjoy. Guys, welcome back. We are getting to the pointy end of the season now and we have had some questions come through regarding final series. So the main one that I want to address today is if you know that your team is going to make finals, do you rest players or do you make them play? It's a very interesting one because we've got to think of it from, the way I'm going to think about it is from a training load perspective. So in regards to training load, if you are going to play those games, the training load for that player will be a lot higher. Okay, and there is that risk of injury and there is that risk of them getting taken out for that postseason. But in the other point of view, there is, if you do take them out, the training load will then decrease for that time period. So what you want to try and maintain is that balance in training load over that time. So if you do take that player out or you play them in that secondary role, they need to make up that balance of load in that time period so they are fresh and good to go for that postseason. But remember, there are a lot of other factors that come into account when deciding whether to rest players. You need to think about the player's resilience, the confidence of the player, the attitude of the player, and whether they're ready mentally to take on that challenge or to be benched. So what I would be recommending is that the coaches and the players' communication is key in this situation. So when you are deciding whether to rest players for final series, you must look at training load, you also must look at players' mental load. Good luck. Thank you for watching our latest episode. If you wish to minimise yourself or your players' risk of injury or take their strength and power to the next level, be sure to check out our website or contact myself or one of our trainers for further information. See you again next week.
It really doesn't matter whether you're serious with your footy, amateur or recreational. Wakefield Sports Clinic can provide all the assistance you require for the treatment, management and the prevention of sports injuries. We are your one-stop shop with access to the best range of sports medicine specialists, including sports doctors, orthopaedic surgeons, physiotherapists, podiatrists, sports psychologists, sports nutritionists and massage therapists. At the Wakefield Sports Clinic, we are trusted with the care of many of the nation's best athletes. Our doctors and surgeons are part of the medical teams for the Adelaide Crows, Olympic and Commonwealth Games teams, the Matildas, Australian Beach Volleyball Team, Adelaide United, Millwood Football Club and Netball SA. You may be aware of the high incidences of ACL injuries. The great news is that there are injury prevention programs that have been well proven to prevent up to 50% of lower limb injuries. Ask us how to implement an injury prevention program at your club today. Don't ignore symptoms of concussion. Wakefield Sports Clinic provides a service for the initial and ongoing assessment of concussion. Wakefield Sports Clinic offers immediate access to our group of skilled doctors who will diagnose and determine the best course of action for dealing with your concussion. Please call our clinic at 1800 888 925 to find out more information, or head to our website at wakefieldsports.com.au. We'll take you from game over to game on. And I think this is what they need to do. They don't need to go for those big kicks. They just need to be able to get those shorter options, and a beautiful mark taken.
And Michaela Lappin nearly gets the steal. And the shot, 3 seconds. Molly McKendrick, turn away jumper. That is who you want to get the ball there. And Southern Tigers up by 4.
Then he will take on the big fella. The big fella will bring him down. The counter ruck is gone. Counter ruck is there. All collegians have turned it over. Ball will action comes. Good trap. There it is! There's the goal! 18 seconds to go, you call it, buzzer go! So for the first time since 2017.
Unbelievable!
And fittingly the ball ends in the hands of the Contacts of the 2017 Nine News Netball Cup champions. Contacts taking this one, 59 goals.
Welcome back here to University Oval, half-time between Adelaide University and Fitzroy. And as you can see, the score on your screen, 5-4-34 to Fitzroy, 0-3-3. This game brought to you by Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning and Wakefield Sports Clinic. For Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning, you can find him at Josh Maitai on Instagram, JMSage Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning on Facebook, all social media, so special thanks to him. And for Wakefield Sports Clinic, they'll take you from game over to game on. So special thanks to both of our sponsors, Wakefield Sports Clinic and Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning. Fraser Fife here with Mariana Raychich to bring you the second half of this game. But both these teams, you know, Adelaide University at the moment with the advantage right now, pretty convincing 31-point lead. But Fitzroy, a lot of improvement from that first quarter.
Definitely. I don't think, Adelaide Uni didn't score until, 3 minutes to go of that second quarter. So Fitzroy obviously did some changes in that from that first quarter to second, and you can see they really just weren't clinical and they just couldn't convert. They obviously had the ball in their forward 50 quite a number of times and held it up in there, but yeah, just couldn't put it on the scoreboard.
Now, for yourself, being a part of the Crows squad, and a lot of these players, of course, they sort of flex around everywhere, coming from other sports as well. So for players who are coming from different sports backgrounds, of course, they've got some sort of semblance of athletic ability, obviously. But what is the key sort of focal point for players going up to the higher echelon?
I guess when I'm looking at it now, I'm speaking to one of our scouts from the Crows. She was just saying to me how she feels like from players from a basketball / soccer background tend to transfer a bit quicker and a bit easier than other players. I guess because of just hand-eye coordination, but I guess with soccer I feel like spatial awareness is a big one, because from a young age we get taught structures and formations, and this is your area, this is where you play. So when they come out to footy, you can tend to notice that the soccer players can they won't go into the contest, they'll hold their space and wait, and then a lot of times the ball will pop out to them because they're in that space. But you know, you can see it more and more. Like for me, my biggest thing is I think about my skills, just the way I kick the ball compared to when I came into the sport. It's just increased and obviously improved. Like my improvements with that has needed to happen because the game's only going to get more and more skillful. So I've got to kind of play catch up in terms of that.
So obviously coming from that soccer background, reading the field is obviously incredibly important in footy as well. Was there anything that you didn't think would necessarily, give you an advantage transferring over that you've gone, wait a minute, that's actually really helped me out when it comes to footy?
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like just kicking the ball and just connecting with it, like knowing, obviously it's a different shaped ball, but you can still get that feel and know what it feels like to connect with a ball correctly. And obviously, and I feel like because we kick the ball and we obviously use our legs so much, I think even distance-wise, we tend to be able to kick the Sharon a bit.
Well, I think at the moment, with the whistle being blown, free kick is going to go to Fitzroy. We've seen a couple of maybe some mixed martial arts going out there tackling wise, so maybe that could be something players can come from. But right now, so the kicking has been very, very accurate in this game. Plenty of very good fundamental ball skills. Fitzroy now kicking to the right side of your screen, trying to get something going yet again. As looks like Sumbris is just going to let this one go out over the line.
Yep, the sun's coming out, which is making it harder there for those girls too. You can see a few of them squinting, hands up, blocking the sun, trying to see that ball to take that mark.
And McKay now coming out of the ruck and trying to move this one on a little bit. Tab running after it. She wants to get some points on the board for Fitzroy.
Oh, was that out on the full? Did he call that?
Looks like he's called that out on the full. Also got a bit of a pet to the pup as well.
I didn't think it hit her foot. I actually thought it hit one of the uni girls' feet. But
well, nice mark taken by Baltrop, surrounded by Fitzroy jumpers.
Great leg. Oh.
Unfortunately there not to get the mark was Hill. Trying to get that ball out and rip it out.
There's definitely a lot of numbers around the footy there with, I think, one person inside 50 for uni with no defender on her.
I think that might be Esther Bowles as well.
Oh.
Well, Baxter with a bit of clearance, just going to try and kick it towards the line. Going to be a bit of a high searching ball, one-on-one contest. It's going to spill out. No one could quite get the clean mark. And again here with Martin.
Caught high there, Martin.
A free kick yet again for Fitzroy. They keep getting these sorts of opportunities. The question is whether they can capitalise on them. Kick's going to go over the head of Elsgood. Going to be again a one-on-one. Nice tackle. Taken to ground was Pete. Just couldn't quite keep that ball from spilling out.
Oh, holding the man. Or woman, I should say. Whoop.
No, I got caught up on that all the time.
I'm the worst. It's like man on man. It's just quicker. And I'm like, oh.
Elsgood, nice kick, nice entry for Fitzroy, and an even better mark taken by Chelsea Bedell.
Here we go. Can she put this through? I think she can. It's in her distance.
Yeah, not a tough angle to work with either. Can Fitzroy get their first goal of the game? Kick
Great
looks
leg.
to be pretty good. It's going to go through for Fitzroy's first.
Could be the changing part of the game, moving her from the back to the forward line, take some grabs and get some score.
Definitely been one of the more active players for Fitzroy, and I think, as I said, just getting those adjustments. If you've got a player who is able to, you can tell is having a really good game and is able to play up forward, why not put him up there? You need some points on the board.
Nicole Colley just giving the dog a little pat.
As we reset back to the middle.
It'll be interesting to see now who gets that next clearance and that next goal. I think it's a bit of a make or break. Can Fitzroy get a bit more momentum, or can Uni kind of prevent that and make this scoreline a bit bigger?
Well, yet again with Tab and Bedell. Just see at least coming out. Adelaide Uni just making a few more fumbles early on. Zumbris is going to get the free kick. Kick out towards McKay, who That's a bit of a mismatch there with McKay and Martin. Again, gets past a couple, gets it back to Walker.
Oh.
Just going to slip a little bit. Luckily, McKay's there to help back it up, and Adelaide Uni can just try and clear this one out.
That worked out really, really well. I'm surprised.
Now Xander's kick. It's going to enter into the 50. Bit of an even contest and just going to go out over the line. But some pace there from Adelaide University to gain a lot of ground.
That was about 6 or 7 consecutive handballs, and you can just see them get out of trouble and get that run and carry into their forward 50.
And we saw it last week, especially with the wet weather. Both teams sort of started off trying to get handballs, and then once they sort of realised they had to take that out of the repertoire, Adelaide University were the best at adjusting. That one's just going to go through just a little bit to the left, so it looks like Adelaide University. And they'll just get another point on the board, so thank you very much.
That was a Adelaide Uni point, right?
Yeah, so 35-9.
Yep.
There we go.
Cool.
As our scoreboard adjusts. I was going to say, we just saw him kick it down the other end.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Fitzroy kicking. I'm pretty sure that was a rush behind then, but I didn't want to. I'm like, am I watching the right game?
Yeah, no real celebration from either team on that one. Currently, Adelaide University, Walker's kick is just going to miss to the left. But still, solid option up forward for them as now Fitzroy got to try and get this ball out the back line. I have to see where they're willing to go. Seems like the longer options have worked for them. Again, having to fetch the ball, so it gives Adelaide University a bit more time to set up their structure.
Yep, you can see them setting up. Hands are up, big hands, making it hard for Fitzroy to find a easy target.
They're going to go for the far side wing. Let's see if it works out. Martin tried to get the mark, couldn't quite do so. Gets it to the other Martin and Rochelle.
The Martin sisters, look out.
And that kick is just going to fall a little bit short. Now Suma's playing well up forward. Just going to go for a short option and finds it. Nice mark taken by Matilda Xander. There's a bit of an anticlimactic end. Walker couldn't quite get to that one, and just going to let that one roll over. So it's interesting to see the adjustments. It seems like, as we mentioned, that left side of the ground, that seems to be the scoring side. Currently Adelaide University keeping it in their part of the territory. And kicks to a bit of a one-on-one contest. No one's going to come out the clear victor of this one.
Well done, Charlotte Bonn. She did well to get that ball.
And here come the soccer skills.
Yeah. Hey, we've seen a little bit of it today.
Yeah.
Not bad as well.
Well, Sumbra's going to handball it right back to Fitzroy. Now, if they can get a bit of run, under pressure yet again, Bedell goes for the high searching kick. One-on-one, nice tap. It goes right back into Fitzroy's hands. They just need to get something. Mark is going to be paid.
Can they get someone running into the 50?
Oh, Rich's kick
looks
looks to be pretty good.
It's a 3v2. Can they make this happen now? Can they get the score on the board?
Oh, they're just going to go for those short options. Nice mark taken by Madison Newman. So it's going to be a tough angle.
Yeah, very tough angle. I felt like they had a 3v2 there for Fitzroy, which I felt like they didn't use too well. They could have maybe...
Oh, there you go.
Grab.
Nice mark by Chelsea Bedell. Potential for a second goal for her in this game.
This is the mastermind, masterstroke move here now. Chucking Bedell up forward.
Yeah, great target up forward. Really good hands as we've seen throughout the game, and potential here for Fitzroy's second. It's going to go through. And Fitzroy cut into that lead just a little bit. We'll get another look at the mark here. Just get a great job. 3 Adelaide University players around. Pretty much a 1-on-3 contest, and she manages to pull it out.
Yep. She's a fantastic young up-and-comer, that's for sure. So I definitely would not be surprised to see her in the AFLW in the next year or so.
Yeah, some very good talent that's coming through the local leagues, and soon enough they will be making their play throughout AFLW.
100%. We've obviously got, next season you got 2 new teams joining, and then you got 4 the following year. So there's obviously not not enough girls, I think, out there right now playing to fill 6 new teams in the AFLW with that skill level. But obviously you can see that we've got a number of girls here that could make that step up. So I would not be surprised if a lot of them are playing in the future.
Well, Boutrop's kick to Fenton, beautiful, right on the money. So we'll see if Fenton's going to go for it or maybe try and go for a shorter option. Looks like she's going to go for it. Kick drifting a little bit to the right. Looks like it's just going to be taken through for a behind. Just tapped, just fell a little bit short, but again, still a point for Adelaide Uni. Fitzroy now with a chance to clear it out. Nice mark taken by Rochelle Martin. The question is what they're able to do from here. Nicely intercepted by Rihanna Pete.
Yeah, she's looking for the short option.
Yeah, didn't really even have to move for that one.
Nah. She can't make this distance, so she's just trying to find a target now. She's done well. Oh.
Ooh, in the back.
Soft touch now. She did have her hands there. All right, all right.
You're willing to give that one?
I'm willing to give that one up, yeah.
All right, so Rodado coming from out back. Kick is looking to be right in towards a 3-on-1 contest. Goes right back into Adelaide University's hands. Xander under pressure, does get it out. Burns running onto it. Going to have to get past a couple. Tried to get past Martin. Martin with a good tackle there just to keep it a bit of an even contest right now. Running after it is Tromans. And it looks like Martin is going to grab this one and just be taken out over the line.
It'll be interesting to see now who gets that next goal, because if Fitzroy can get one more now, I feel like they've got that bit of momentum. They're in the game. They're feeling good. Whereas Uni've got to now try and prevent that.
Well,
and
it could be a bit of a mirror image of the second quarter as well. I mean, it's all been in Adelaide University territory, but they have not been able to capitalise. Only 1 point on the board for them. Burns' tap not going particularly far. Bedell with a massive clearance out. And again, now O'Day been heavily involved for Adelaide University. Nicely blocked by Martin. We're seeing a lot more even contests, which is good to see in this game. Fitzroy's just showing a bit more life after that first quarter. And just looked that little bit flat.
Yeah, they definitely look livelier at this start of this third quarter, that's for sure.
Well, Gibson gets it, tries to handball it on.
Oh. Fumble Footy now, whoever can make it clean. Good, Esther Bowles.
Well, gets just that little bit of separation. If the ball can take a kind bounce here, maybe another score for Adelaide University. Martin running after it is going to be taken down.
Definitely got caught high. Now how quickly can Fitzroy get that ball moving and bypass all the Uni players, because they've got a... Oh,
Tab's going to run after it. Xander with some good rundown just to make sure that kick was going to be under pressure. He's going to go out over the line, but at least Fitzroy, they gained a lot of territory here. They haven't got too many options up forward.
No, not at all.
I mean, they've got Martin up there as well. But they're really having to commit a lot of numbers to the midfield to keep it even. So Xander.
And I feel like Fitzroy have done well in preventing Uni from having that handball and that run. Like you're saying, they're obviously committing a lot more into the midfield, so they're taking up that space, which is preventing Uni from getting that forward entry nice and quick and early.
Well, it seems like at least when Fitzroy gets up forward, they're willing to take that stoppage just so they're able to then get those numbers up forward again. But it has been pretty much all the way in Adelaide University territory so far, as we're down to about 6 minutes 40 left in the third quarter. Currently for Adelaide Uni, they've only got 1 point on the board. Fitzroy with a goal, both of them coming from Chelsea Bedell. And Walker's kick is going to be smothered here. Fitzroy, they're selling out to make sure this isn't going to go out over the line. I think they'll take the stoppage. So one thing Adelaide University's been very good at is just being able to get that separation from the stoppages.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see it's been a lot more of a contested and congested as well at the moment. Stop-start.
And just those midfield players for Adelaide University. I mean, Tess Baxter, who was very good in the first quarter, has been pretty much neutralised here in the past couple of minutes. Hasn't been able to get that same separation.
Yeah, definitely.
Fitzroy's just starting to key in on those players that have just been able to be the difference makers for Adelaide University.
100%. You saw in that first quarter, she just basically nearly won every clearance that she was in there, got the hands out, the quick early hands, and Uni were away, whereas they've kind of stopped that now.
Yeah, ball hasn't moved up a whole lot in the past couple of minutes. Plenty of stoppages here. Been pretty even. Just slowly drifting towards the right side of your screen. Martin's going to get the clearance out. McKay on it, making sure that there's going to be options around. O'Day been a very good facilitator as well. Kicks towards Xander. Nice mark inside the 50. Almost lost her balance.
Oh, there she goes again. Nearly lost it again. Well done, Xander. Good kick too. Good vision.
Nice mark taken by Collie. Again, maybe distance just going to be a little bit of an issue here.
I think
you reckon she's got it?
Nah, she's got this distance. She'll be fine.
All right. Well, she's going to go for it.
She's going for it.
That is a nice looking kick. It's just going to fall a bit short and be tapped through.
I saw the spin of the ball and I was like, yeah, no, this ain't making it now. I was like,
you committed to it though.
I did. I was like, I'll still stick by it, but can't pull out halfway.
Yeah, that's fine. You got to have that commitment. So Fitzroy going to try and clear this one out. McKay with a nice mark, nice interception here. Now Adelaide Uni, they can set up again. This I agree with.
She's gone short.
There's still plenty of Fitzroy players around. They just can't quite get that clean possession they need. And just being able to get these sorts of options as well. And those one-on-one contests, Adelaide Uni's just been able to win the lion's share of them.
Yeah, they definitely have been, that's for sure. And I feel like, I guess, in terms of that, you can see they've just been a bit more clinical with the chances they have. They've put the goals away, whereas Fitzroy missed those few early in the first quarter and then fell behind a bit too much.
Oh, meanwhile, Adelaide University just keep on maintaining some nice discipline. Esther Bowles with a nice connection on. Now to McKay. And they can just find these short options up forward. Yet again with Pete. I feel like with Fitzroy, whenever they get the ball, they're really just having to kick it out just to get that clearance. And again, because they're setting up so many players either in the midfield or out back, they've really only got one player anywhere near the forward 50.
Correct, and then they're coming against the Adelaide Uni wall, which Adelaide Uni obviously have set up that way and keep winning it, and then they're countering and coming back in. And
the pressure's on Fitzroy, and a free kick right here for Matilda Xander, right out in front. Wind, not really a huge factor here today, but just a little bit slowly drifting in. I don't think it's going to cause much of an issue with this one though. And here is the kick. It looks to be pretty good.
And she's happy.
That's all that we asked for. Adelaide Uni, they put another goal on the board. Currently they're 6th as they extend their lead, and they have just done a very good job at being able to set up. Get another look here at the free kick. Bedell with a nice intercept mark there, but was paid, and they will pay the price. As we reset back towards the middle with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Currently 41-15. You just feel like Fitzroy just need to get a little bit more aggressive. Again, all the onus is on them to get some points on the board. They've been much improved. It's just been the scoring opportunities that haven't quite been there for them. And kicking to the one-on-one. Tab tried to get it, couldn't do so. Martin's going to clear it out. And then it turns into a foot race. What can Fitzroy do here? They've got some numbers on the ball. Elsgood's going to kick it. It's going to drift left, and you could tell the moment it came off the boot, she was not happy with that.
Definitely not. If they put that one through, going into that three-quarter time, it gives you that little bit more confidence that you're close.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more bounce in the step. So now almost down to a minute remaining. Adelaide Uni can just try and clear this one out. Ball's just going to go out of the hands, and they've now just got an opportunity to really just clear it out and run down the clock heading into the fourth quarter. So under a minute remaining now. Another ruck contest. Burns getting the tap. Xander running after it, running into heavy traffic. I think this is pretty much what we're going to see for the next 30 seconds or so.
I was just about to say, I think it's not going to be moving too quick.
I think even with Hannah Martin out of the midfield, we saw her get a couple of quick runs in the first quarter, has pretty much been neutralised in that same sort of in that same sort of package.
Can Fitzroy make something happen
well,
here?
they've cleared it out. They've got an opportunity here as Bedell, potential for the third goal for Fitzroy, and it's just going to drift to the left.
Oh, that could have been a game changer right there.
You think two kicks that could have gone either way, and that would have put them right back into it.
Correct, yeah. They would have definitely been in for a nice last quarter, but...
Well, they go in at the moment, three-quarter time between Adelaide University and Fitzroy, 6-8-43 to Fitzroy's 2-5-17. And really right now, I mean, both teams have been very, very good, but Fitzroy, they need to put their foot down on the pedal. They need to get something going. I mean, they have been able to get those last two scoring opportunities, which were very, very good, but you know, we've only got 20 minutes of football yet to play. They really need to put their stamp on this game now.
100%. They came out that third quarter, and you can see they were full steam ahead. The pressure was good. They got inside 50 nice and early. Bedell took some good marks and obviously got them on the scoreboard. But you can see is it fitness? They slowed down a little bit. Uni kind of took a bit more control of it. They held up the ball. They started keeping it inside their 50. And then obviously, like you're saying, towards the end there, Fitzroy could be different if they did put those chances through the middle, but who knows now. Like you said, they've got to pick it up a bit and I think lift the gear.
Yeah, well, they've got some, at least some good ruck battles. You've got Elka Martin for Fitzroy and also McKay for Adelaide University. I mean, that has been a very, very good contest. Burns coming in as the replacement as well. I mean, I think that the stoppages have been very, very good. At least in the first quarter, it was there wasn't a whole lot of stoppages there. It was very much you had Hannah Martin coming out of the midfield and just going for it and running 50 odd metres before eventually getting rid of the ball. And it's the same thing for Adelaide University. But now it seems like there are a lot more players within that contest just to stop, even just get a hand on it, just to stop that ball from moving up that 50 or so metres.
Yeah, 100%. You could see it, like I said, that run and carry kind of from that first quarter where Uni scored 4 goals from. That space has now been, it's been taken up by, it's tightened up. There's obviously a lot more numbers around the contest, which obviously makes it harder to get that quick 1-2 hands out and away.
And not seeing as much switching as we saw earlier in the game either. A lot of kicks right up the middle, probably more out of pressure than anything else.
Yeah, could be just the way the game's going now. Especially a couple of the defensively, a bit more under the pump, so that they're maybe not taking that courage to look for the switch, because obviously it's a courageous kick to kind of switch that play and or am I going to make the distance to that open player? Are they open? Does someone come shut them down? No, I'll just go safe option. I'll go the line where the numbers are.
Yeah. I think at least for right now, that definitely plays in Adelaide University's hands. I mean, they've got the advantage. You can see it on your screen, 6-8-43. They've put plenty of points on the board, but for Fitzroy, they just need to do something. I mean, their game plan has definitely tightened up. They've definitely played a lot better as the game has gone on, but there is still not that difference maker that is allowing them to really cut into that scoreline. They're able to pretty much keep their heads above water and keep themselves competitive in the game, at least in the midfield. But when it gets to that forward option, I mean, Bedell's kicked all the goals for Fitzroy.
Correct, and I guess when looking at it, I know obviously Adelaide Uni quite well, and you told me not to be biased, and I'm obviously on that side of it, but we mentioned the depth of Adelaide Uni and the number of players, and like looking at that list, to me this is probably one of the strongest lineups of Adelaide Uni that I've seen. So across the board, I feel like they have that upper hand on Fitzroy, where they do have a lot of players that can stand up, and they've obviously got, I feel like, a lot more that are today which is making that game a bit more easier for them.
And I feel like they've got more players who are able to adapt to different positions. It seems like really Fitzroy haven't made a whole lot of changes. Of course, they've got a very good midfield. They've got a very good half forward as well. They've had to switch Bedell up forward because obviously they need points on the board. But I mean, with Adelaide University, they have so many players who you can just switch around and flex to different positions. If you know things aren't working up back, then you can just switch them up forward and you get the same sort of impact. I feel like Fitzroy are very set in what they have. They've got a couple of players who are able to excel and provide that little bit of flexibility, but not in the same way that Adelaide University has.
Yeah, agreed, for sure. And I mean, I did see, I think Bedell took the mark and kicked the goal, and then I saw her take the kick in from the behind on the other end. So you can see by having her work up and down, you know, that's hard as well, because then you're playing a couple of different positions, and then if, you know, you're missing a link there, then you're missing one there, it makes it harder for that sort of team to kind of get that gelling and happening. Whereas, yeah, I feel like Uni, they're hitting their straps leading into finals, that's for sure.
Most definitely. They've got a very good lineup heading into finals, and of course, as we look towards next week as well, which will be round 15 of the competition, we'll just let you know who's going to be, what either team is going to be playing in the National 1 Plumbing Division 1 Championship. For Fitzroy, they're taking on Salisbury at home at Fitzroy Sports Club on Saturday at 7 p.m. For Adelaide University, taking on Port Adelaide at Largs North Reserve, and Morpheville Park taking on Christie's Beach. So you've got to think for a Port Adelaide side, which is yet to get a victory, a good confidence booster for Adelaide University. So stranger things have happened as well. For Fitzroy taking on Salisbury, you know, those teams are pretty well even. Salisbury with the advantage at the moment, but that's going to be a tough battle for them as well.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So it looks like we are just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Adelaide University holding a 43-17 advantage. It's been a bit more back and forth than in the first quarter when they built up that advantage, but they have the advantage for a reason. They have been the better team right now, but still 20 minutes yet to play here in the fourth quarter. Can Fitzroy pull something out? We'll just have to wait and see.
Here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble. A tap out, going to work for Adelaide University pretty much immediately. Yeah. Pete's going to clear this one out. We've seen this a couple of times before. Hill with a big kick, going to go to that one-on-one contest. Burns is going to come out the victor of that one. And I think they've decided they just want to put their foot to the floor.
Yep, I think you might be right there.
Well, Burns' kick, left foot, looks like it may. It's just going to be tapped through for a behind. Just stopping that one from being 6 points for Adelaide University, but they do get a point on the board here in about 20-odd seconds. So Fitzroy can now clear it out, clears it out towards a heavy contest. Nice mark taken by Xander.
Great take, Xander.
4-on-1.
I think that kind of just fell into her lap too, or I should say her throat.
You would just say thank you very much?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You won't complain with that, that's it.
I mean, when you don't have to move and you can just sort of hold your hands there
just
and go,
put your hands there, take it, yep. It's a perfect kick.
Uni still with an opportunity to get another goal. Maybe that's going to go through for Hill. No, it's going to get tapped through for another behind.
See, that just needed another soccer right there on the line from, I think, Walker, was it? She just didn't throw herself at it like the Fitzroy girl.
Yeah, need that goal line technology.
Yeah, not required on that one, not required.
So Fitzroy under the pump early. Nicely marked, taken by Bedell.
That was a 4v2 Fitzroy there. They had 4 Fitzroy players with only 2 Uni girls in the vicinity. Well,
now Adelaide Uni with some numbers on the ball.
Yeah, I think Nicole Colley might have just twisted her shoulder there in that tackle. That would have been a great soccer with a very, very nice bounce.
Baxter going to try and clear this one out with a low kick. Going to hit a couple of players and then go the other way. Fitzroy, they just need something to go their way.
Great
nice tackle by Matner. Fitzroy able to keep it alive though. Tab with the handball out.
Well done, Xander. Good pressure.
I feel like Uni, they just want to get some points on the board so they can take their foot off the pedal for the next 15 minutes or so, because right now they are coming out with a lot of energy.
Yep, definitely something at three-quarter time was said that they've got to obviously get going again, and I feel like they have.
Burns almost got that one. Fenton's going to get it out. Nicely cleared to Pete.
Good
And
body work
2-on-1.
there.
Kick is going to hit the post. Unfortunate there for Stephanie Walker. Could have been a beautiful goal, but a absolutely fantastic passage of play.
Well, that Redato did fantastic there to get that hand on that, back on that old previous scoring opportunity.
Yeah, now with Adele Gibson, can pretty
Come on,
much
little
set
girl.
up. Now Fitzroy, they're setting up all around the goal square. They want to be able to tap this one through. If Gibson's got the distance, let's find out. Kick looks to be drifting well to the left, but it's going to be marked by Matilda Zander. Oh, this is a tough angle. Distance definitely not going to be an issue here.
Oh, she's thinking about looking for someone, or is she going to snap this?
I'll go for the snap. Going the conservative option.
Yeah.
Fenton there will take the mark. Means it's not going to be as deep of an angle. And now setting up and going to go for the kick again. Fitzroy, they've set up plenty of numbers around that goal square.
Ooh, repeat.
Maybe.
On the line.
It's gone through.
Oh,
they have
no.
called it a behind. Almost a beautiful mark taken. That would have been a tough
I was going to say that she would have snapped.
Yeah.
With her lefty, yeah, that would have been a goal, that's for sure.
So Redato with another opportunity to clear it out.
Redato's done very well at the back there. I think under pressure this whole game, and she's definitely made it hard for Uni.
Yet again, Bedell up back, able to get that beautiful mark. Oh, and then an even better smother by Pete.
Good pressure there by Repeat.
So almost at the 50 line, just on the outside of it, here on the close side wing. We'll have to see who can come out with this one. Fenton trying to wrap it up. Martin's just able to clear this one out, still under plenty of pressure though.
Rochelle's done really, really well. I feel like every time she's under pressure, she still gets that kick away. I don't know if it's her height that's in her favour.
I'd say the
there.
stature definitely helps when you're able to get past a couple of players, and you can get that quick kick off with a low centre of gravity.
But she's definitely a ball magnet, that's for sure. Here she goes again.
Oh, Lavera hovering around it as well. Tried to get that one, and Adelaide University, they've just got those numbers. They're setting themselves up with a lot of potential options. Again, Fitzroy, they've got pretty much one player just set up on the 50. And they've got to be able to get it there first. O'Day ducking under a nice tackle, able to clear this one towards the 50 yet again for another entry. Hill with the kick off the left foot, going to be a high searching kick. Can Burns get to it and get a goal? Under pressure, gets it off to Gibson, who's running after it. Maybe some more soccer skills on display here. No one can quite get it just yet. Walker on it as well. Gibson going to try and pull it out. Stoppage just out in front.
I feel like if that was a bit of clean hands there, that definitely would have been a goal.
Well, Burns hits it into the ground, trying to get this one through. Bit of a sellout there, job by Redato. It's just going to go through for a behind. And getting vocal as well.
Firing up, that's for sure. She's throwing her body on the line just to prevent those goals going in.
And she's the one that has to keep kicking out of the back as well.
Yeah. That was a great kick.
Yeah, Bedell
good movement there
now
too.
with some clearance. Question is, can they get it to someone and know it's going to be intercepted?
And
Paxton
now can
Matner.
Uni get the switch? No, they're going back down line.
Well, they've got those numbers around there as well, really. Baxter picks it up with one hand.
So good at using her body and just smart around the contest all the time.
Just able to clear it out. You feel like a lot of the focal point right now for Fitzroy is just going through Bedell.
Agreed. It's you can see Redato is looking for Bedell, and then that link to then obviously getting forward for Fitzroy.
And the fact is, she's still getting the marks, even on 3-on-1, 4-on-1 contests. So
she definitely is a great overhead marker. So you'd want to aim for her, that's for sure.
Well, Martin's going to get the clearance out. Not a whole lot of room to work with. University just going to be able to get it back.
That was a great little shimmy and a spin.
Off the hands of Sumbris into Martin's hands, and Ball's just going to be overcooked a little bit over the hands of just about everyone and will go out over the line. At least for right now, Adelaide University in the driver's seat as it's slowly drifting towards their territory. Now with McKay and Martin in the ruck. Ball's just going to take McKay out of it, but does regain possession.
Keeps it in. Touched.
And Martin's high kick just going to go out over the line yet again.
It's been a great contest all game, even though from the scoreline you can.
You wouldn't think so.
Yeah, definitely not.
There's definitely been plenty of back and forth. Really, that first quarter definitely went in Adelaide University's favour. Is a close one. It's just going to be tapped out over the line. But yeah, for the past 3 quarters, not a whole lot of scoring. But the skills that have been on display, especially in this midfield battle, has been absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic. And just like you said before, I think majority of kicks haven't really missed their target. A lot of the girls are either hitting a contest one-on-one or they're hitting a free player, and you can see the skills on show. It's been fantastic. You
just feel if Fitzroy was able to put the effort that they put in over the past 3 quarters in that first quarter, we could be talking about a completely different game here. And a nice,
okay, maybe not that kick there.
Yeah, the commentator's curse right there. All's good with the interception.
Yeah, but nah, I couldn't agree more. I think Uni came out of the blocks there and maybe got Fitzroy on the back foot and just extended that lead too early, too hard for them, and now they're obviously maybe a little bit too late with 10 minutes 46 on the clock.
Oh, they can still get some points on the board again with those last couple of kicks they had at the end of the third. Could have potentially been 2 goals there to cut into that lead. Adelaide University, of course, with that lead at the moment, they can afford to be a little bit more conservative.
J-Tab and Esther having a bit of love there. Friendly fire.
O'Day, definitely been one of the highlights for Adelaide University.
I think she set the tempo as well in that first quarter. Her tackling pressure. And even just, she got a lot of the ball and finding that free
And also
player.
the clothesline to end all clotheslines.
I was going to say, that clothesline, yeah, maybe that fired her up a little bit. Who knows? She's always fired up, though. What am I talking about? It's Ebbs.
So Rodado with the ball going out on the full, get the opportunity to kick it into the 50. Again, that heavy contest. Maybe they're just hoping something will spill out over the back and create a bit of a half chance. Martin's going to keep it in somehow. Gets the kick. It actually goes just inside. So mark is going to be taken by Adelaide Uni.
GT has played well at the back as well, I feel. She's been composed and has made it hard for, obviously, Fitzroy.
Yeah, McKay with the mark here. Just a short option. And they can just afford to kick it out back. And Rodado with a nice interception. They just need a different look here. They're really just going for a lot of these kick into the contest and hope something will spill out the back. And
it's one of the hardest things, I think. Like a lot of players or just feel like they're under pressure and they just go for that kick and hoping someone takes that grab rather than actually lowering their eyes and hitting the shorter target or taking that, like I said before, that courage of actually just hitting a lead. Whereas I feel like, I've done it before. In a game, you just get that pressure and you're like, oh, kick and hope.
That's what I'm doing.
See you later. And most of the time, it doesn't pull off. I don't pull it off, so I'll try and stay away from that.
Well, especially as fatigue starts to set in as well, there's not going to be as much separation in those leads. You might just be willing to just kick it into that contest.
And you can see it's been a bit more congested now, especially in that I feel like there's no one in the forward 50 for Adelaide Uni. And everyone is on this one half of the ground, so.
And it works for them because they've got the advantage right now. The onus is on Fitzroy to get those points on the board, as it looks like we have a player down that looks to be Kerry-Ann Rankin. We've already had a couple of injuries today. Matilda Van Riel going down. We had the blood nose for, I believe it was Gibson.
Yeah, it was Adele, yeah.
So we've had a few today, and hopefully
we did have the stretcher out already, so hopefully we don't need it again.
Yeah, Hingston going out with that.
Was that
again, maybe just
a crunch? I don't know. Maybe a
bit of a tough angle to see.
Maybe she got winded, I'm not sure. Oh, Yeah, you don't want to get tackled by Ebony O'Day, that's for sure.
Yeah, that
she'll make you feel it for, for a number of days.
Well, we've got the stretcher on the sideline just in case it's needed. She looks to be all right.
I think it was just an Ebony O'Day tackle.
That was tough. You had Hill also coming in from the other direction, so you're getting taken to ground. You got Hill behind as well. I mean, definitely not a situation you want to be in.
That's not a sandwich that you want to get in between. No, I feel that right now, and I'm Well,
at least it looks like she's all right. Might just take a couple of minutes off to regain herself.
That's it.
So play looks to be resuming pretty quickly as Rankin will come off the ground. Looks like it'll be Sasha DeKvit who will come on in replacement. No, 50-19 the scoreline right now, under 6.5 minutes to go. Play will resume and not going to be a whole lot of movement here as Martin is going to be taken to ground. Was this
Good
game?
tap by Annie Burns.
Yep, O'Day.
Great clearance.
If Adelaide Uni take this one out, get a second chance opportunity potentially for the finals. Looks like they're going to take this one pretty comfortably with about 6 minutes left to go, unless Fitzroy can do something amazing. Rodato's kick, going to do plenty of distance. It's going to go over the contest though, just trying to maintain possession, a little bit of a fumble right there.
Keep your feet. Well done. Charlotte Bonn, nice cheeky kick to Gibson. And Rachel King on the run.
Yeah, Bowles probably the option there. Fenton trying to get a nice tackle in just to keep it in their zone. Burns going to go down.
That slip kind of worked in Burns' favour.
Yeah, O'Day couldn't quite get that one. Knocked on by Tab. Again, with all these players around, they just have not had any separation. It has been pressure all throughout.
It's been, yeah, you definitely, I feel like that pressure's constant this whole game from both sides, which has been great.
And King diving on it, same thing with Tab.
That was a fake, I'll try and handball this out.
You just sort of accept that it's not going to happen.
Yeah. You can see on her face going, do I really have to move my right hand?
Gibson gets it, but knocked out of her hands. Able to do some nice blocking for O'Day. Now Thumbris right up the middle. Not a whole lot of options up forward. Maybe going to take a little bit of time here to get someone up. Currently with Baltrop, who's big kick, trying to get it towards Xander. Going to take an unlucky bounce. Hill with the kick off the left foot. Looks like it's going to go through for another goal.
Well played, well worked. That all started from the clean hands from Ebony O'Day, and you know, got Cassie running on the outside there, and you know, just direct footy.
So they did not have a whole lot of options up forward, so the fact that they were able to get that pretty comfortably in the end, I mean, that bounce sort of worked in their favour as well.
It definitely did. I feel like the Fitzroy girls had the front position advantage, but that bounce definitely fell in favour for us.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those days where nothing is going to go your way. Right now, Adelaide University, they have got all of the points, 55-19 at the moment. About 3.5 minutes yet to go in this game. Still got to give huge credit to Fitzroy in this game, despite all the back and forth that we've had in the scoreline. There are some players or some teams that might feel the need to just take it down a little bit, but they have been playing hammer and tongs all day.
100%. They haven't given up. You can even just see there, like Hannah Martin just coming in for that tackle. It's the same pressure that you see from Q1 to now.
Bedell, definitely a key player for Fitzroy, able to get that clearance out. The question is, can Fitzroy get some numbers behind the ball? That's going to be the question. Hearn taking the ground, nice tackle. Martin's going to try and come out with it, but is taking the ground. Going to try and knock this ball on. Can they do it? Bonn just keeps on working with it.
Charlotte Bond, to me, has played great. I've not seen her play in a while, but she is playing fantastic from where she's come from.
Hill on the 2-on-1. Kick is going to go to Martin. Martin's been overrunning that ball a fair bit in this quarter. Just has not been able to get the clean possession she needs to get a good run.
Yeah, correct. Like you said before, I guess some days it's just not your day. You try and try and try, and it just doesn't fall your way.
And you just have to tip your cap to the opposition, because Adelaide University at home, definitely using that home field advantage to take this one out. And really, it is just all about pride at this point for Fitzroy.
And they definitely have a lot of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, just play out the clock. Maybe if they're lucky, get something across.
Oh,
and again,
tackle.
that sort of tackling at this point with this scoreline just shows the amount of effort they've put in.
Never give up attitude, which is what you want.
Again with
Good
Bowles.
strength there by Bowles.
Trying to get it out. Pate taking the ground, but does get the ball out in time.
Oh, I wasn't sure if she caught her high there, but got away with it.
So a stoppage here with about a minute and a half to go.
Nice tap. That was great calling by Ebony.
Now just drifting
2v1.
in.
Can she get it to repeat? Oh.
Well, Hill's going to go for the high searching kick. Can they get something? Baltrop tried to get it. Xander as well. Does get it on the pickup again. Rodado is just going to make sure nothing can happen. Nice tackle. Looks like she'll be slow to get up. Has definitely had a high work rate on the back line for Fitzroy.
Yep. She will definitely need a nice bath or two after this.
Most definitely. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Inside Adelaide Uni territory. And really, at this point, Fitzroy, they've got those numbers set up. They don't want Adelaide University to run up the score. O'Day trying to get that one, couldn't quite do so. Allows Elsgood just to kick it on further. Not a whole lot of options up forward for Fitzroy.
Great tackle. Oh, no, not a great tackle. In the
Elsgood
back.
get the free kick.
That's awkward.
And now, under 30 seconds, they're just going to go for a big clearance here, hope for something. Again, nice interception taken. Georgia Taylor.
Uni just going to hit the free player on the switch.
Yep, now they can just run it out. Going to drop in front of Gibson.
Yeah, holding the man. Well played, Gibbo.
They've just knocked it on. Knew she'd have the pace advantage. Gets the free kick, and there is the final siren. Final scoreline here, Adelaide Uni 7-13-55 to Fitzroy's 2-7-19. And what was a very, very well fought game despite the scoreline. Two very, very good teams. Adelaide University, they continue with their momentum heading into a game against Port Adelaide next week. They'll be very, very happy with their performance. For Fitzroy, despite the result, I think also played a fantastic 3 quarters of football after that first quarter where they couldn't quite get anything together. So still plenty of positives for them to take out of this one as well.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, as you can see, there is the final scoreline thanks to Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning and Wakefield Sports Clinic. So Adelaide University take this one at home. I would like to thank you for joining me, MJ, for this broadcast. It's been absolutely fantastic having you here.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Hopefully I didn't do too bad of a job.
No, you've done fantastic. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you here and having your knowledge alongside. My name is Fraser Fife. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. On behalf of Wakefield Sports Clinic, Josh Maitai Strength and Conditioning and Spacequake Sports, we'll catch you next week.